Welcome to the Amplus Forms online training. During this module we'll teach you about the Attach Advanced field and discuss how to manage its unique properties when creating a form. Please take a look at the Module 1A on Basic Properties, Common Features for instruction on the basic common properties associated with fields. First of all, let's go and add an Attach field into our work area. As with all other fields, we need to give it a unique data name, so we could call this Attach. In the title text, keeping with what we've done previously, we'll just call this Attach field. And in the hint text, we'll say Attach Documents here. Further down, below Validation and Behavior, we have Advanced Options, where we have some key properties when managing the Attach field. Within Advanced Options, we have Exclude from Export or Display. Now, by default, every field is displayed on a form entry in the data area and is included in a non-template exports. For example, generic PDF, CSV, a spreadsheet, or database connector. Now, if we was to place a tick here in the box, this property will now prevent data entered to this field from showing in all such displays and exports. A note of caution: if collected data is included in the export or display, viewers of the data export can click the hyperlink to open the attached file submitted by the user. Just something to consider when deciding whether to include the data in your outputs or not if you do not want the viewer to open the file. Continuing, we see Is Personal Data option. If selected, this indicates that data captured in this field may contain personal or sensitive data, which in turn can be hidden when exported from the platform by checking the Anonymize Data box at the same time the data is being exported. But please note, use of this option does not grant or imply additional security protection and privacy of data. In the example for Exclude from Export or Display, the Attach field can be selected as a Is Personal Data. Then on Export, if the Anonymize Data box is checked, the column with the attached hyperlinks would be omitted. When using the file name option, by default the app will generate a database name for each file captured by the user. Now, we can use this property to define our own file names using our template syntax for dynamic generation. The file extension is automatically added by the system based on the file type. So for example, here we could put stock dash, two of our curly brackets, store underscore name, two little curly brackets, then a dash, then two little curly brackets. Here we're going to insert the data name materials, and then two curly brackets. So here you can see our formula. Now, to check this works, we can click on the hammer and we can validate our formula, and we can see that it's valid. Here, the store name and materials relate to our two data names that we have here and here. Next, we have the Limit File Types option. Here, you may enter a comma-separated list of file types to allow. If this field is empty, then a file type supported by the device can be selected. The last advanced option we'll show you in this module is Download from URL. So instead of capturing the file from the device, the file is downloaded from a specified URL. Now, this is useful for cases where other apps or external devices can provide files via an HTTP or other URL scheme. Note, you can use field references in your URL. So for example, here we're going to type https colon / curly bracket, and then we're going to use our data name materials, two more curly brackets, a / get image. Here is our URL. The URL is now going to grab an image from the materials. Now, if the material changes, i.e. to a hammer, then it will find the picture of a hammer. And that materials field, as we know, is here on the static list. And we'll drop back to our attach field. As we scroll down, And we still have the URL in place. Now this is very powerful, where you can dynamically load specific method of procedures or specification documents for the fields populated or selected. And of course, the best way for you to learn is by doing it yourself. We encourage you to create a new screen or form, add fields and play with the properties within them. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to email support@amplusforms.com.